Merry Christmas. These are the words of the most widely known person by kids all around the world, and I'm sure he's even visited y'all's house a time or two in the past. Good old Saint Nick, the legendary Santa Claus. Who in the world better than Santa Claus can deliver presents in such a quick amount of time, or such a short amount of time? Who can be who has a longer naughty or nice list than Mr. Kringle? Nobody. Obviously, there's an endless list of reasons that we could go on about why we should commemorate and look up to Santa so much, but there's just not enough time in the world to do so. So, a few reasons why we should commemorate and love Santa is because why not? I mean, it's not like he's going to spite you or strike you down. He just won't give you a lot of presents like you might ask. And plus, he's not real, so it doesn't really matter. Santa works very hard all throughout the year to make sure that the presents are constructed safely, well, they're in working order. He's got a lot of employees, a lot of salaries to pay, and a lot of food to put on the table for a bunch of little kids that are the children of his workers. And he does it all for goodness sake. I think his efforts deserve just a little bit of attention. Santa's a real homebody. He doesn't leave the North Pole very often, just one time a year on Christmas. But when he does leave, he certainly makes an impression. Speaking of leaving the North Pole, how long would y'all say that Santa's gone for? I mean, one would suppose quite a while, considering he's got 1 billion children to make contact with. But don't forget, Santa's he's pretty fast. He's crazy speedy. I suppose if he were to drive a car, he would get pulled over for going like 2,000 in a 20 in front of little Johnny's house or something. And it wouldn't be good if Santa went to jail. It's bad PR for Santa. And it'd be hard to imagine Santa in a correctional facility. It's just not a good thing. So Santa's not only crazy speedy, but he's also smart for using his sleigh, not his car. Oh, yeah, even more so on Santa's speediness, I think Santa would make a great role model for the post office. Someone who they could consistently look up to as an icon of excellence. I think that would be a good idea, and one day we'll institute that. The reason I love Santa mainly because he likes to sing. If you've ever seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, yeah, you'd know what I'm talking about. But how can a guy who loves to belch out melodies like that not be loved? It's just, you can't. The movie's great. I was going to mimic that in the movie today during class, but I changed my mind. But more seriously, Santa is a real boost to my confidence. Like Rudolph, no one liked him. They made fun of him. They picked at him, all because of this big pimple-like flashing bulb of a nose that he had. But Santa didn't taunt him. Santa actually told him, "Hey, step it up a notch, bro. Don't let them bring you down." And every time I get down, I like to think of what Santa would tell me. Rudolph didn't take no BS now. He leads the pack. He's in front of everyone with that big pimple-like flashing bulb of a nose. And because and Rudolph now has his high status because of what Santa, because of the inspiration that Santa has in his persona. Santa's kind of like Jesus. He can be your homeboy. There's a lot of images of Mr. Claus, old white bearded in red garments with white fur. It's an uplifting sight to see. But what you never see is Santa with a weapon. Now, he doesn't pack heat, and that's surprising to me because if I were in a sleigh with all that merchandise, I would certainly be carrying something to protect myself. That big black belt of his, my big black belt, if I were Santa, would be filled with ammunition. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who've thought about stealing, jacking Santa. He's got a lot of crap in that bag. But who knows? You never see pictures of Santa with, a strap. But who knows whether or not he's actually carrying one under that big red suit. You just don't know. But don't test Santa because he may bring it out. So, moreover, assuming Santa doesn't, pack heat, a reason why we should commemorate Santa is because he's so trusting. He trusts people that they won't steal from him, that he's not going to get robbed. So assuming that he is actually legitimate like that, he's very, very trusting of people, and that's something that we can all look up to. That's that inspiration that Santa has in him. So I've discussed quite a few reasons about why we should all love, commemorate, and think about Santa pretty frequently. He's a great guy. And I'm sure in the midst of me talking about all these reasons why we should commemorate him, I'm sure maybe you even thought of a few of your own. Maybe when y'all were kids, you guys have stories about when Santa came down your chimney and ate all the cookies you put out and drank the milk. I know I have a story like that. We put out Oreos and he ate them all. The milk was gone too, and I thought it was the coolest thing. There was even a shoe print in the chimney of the ashes. So I really look up to a guy who can, meddle his way down that thin column of a chimney and then go back up and not wake up anyone in the night. And despite the fact he has a hard time getting up and down the chimney, he still stops to take a bite, the Oreos. So I really look up to him because he can do that. He puts smiles across kids' faces all around the world, like I said. Rejoicingly, he chants melodies that captivate our mortal selves. He's an inspiration for others to be all they can be, such as in the case with Rudolph. And most importantly, he encourages kids to all be nice and stay off the naughty list.